Oh man, it's the grab bag.
So I decided to watch a film that I haven't watched in quite a few years, mainly because GXK and I wanted to talk more about Mothra. Mainly because I still see people complaining about the whole girl who's the key to everything kind of thing. And it's just, look, Mothra was used in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah to keep two battling monsters from fighting each other and to team up. And they were working in psychic powers since, well, the first hint of it was in Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019, but it was cemented in Godzilla vs. Kong when King Ghidorah's skull had psychic powers and it took over Mechagodzilla. So I, it's like, look, I like Critical Drinker, but you know, that whole the girl that is the key to everything bit is kind of frustrating to hear because obviously, yeah, he's a movie critic, but has he sat down and watched every single Godzilla film? Has he watched the Mothra films? Has he watched, all the different eras of stuff? Probably not, because Godzilla is not everybody's cup of tea. So now we come to Rebirth of Mothra. So during the 90s, the highest grossing film of the Heisei era was actually Godzilla versus Mothra and Batra, Battle for Earth. Um, and it did incredibly well with the ladies. So Toho was like, why don't we make another series for just Mothra and get people to watch Mothra? So they decided, hey, we're going to make it kid friendly too. And Rebirth of Mothra was, well, born. And you follow this story of a family that's kind of fighting with each other. And um, the father is working for a company that's clearing out trees. He stumbles across this ancient relic underground as they're digging everything up and accidentally releases a giant monster. Standard fare for, that kind of era of film. And this gigantic monster comes out, and it's Desh Ghidorah, or Death Ghidorah. It is a black three-headed dragon that has four legs instead of just two, and is probably one of the coolest modifications to Ghidorah. Um, Kaiser Ghidorah having four legs was probably inspired by this, by Desh Ghidorah. Maybe they used parts of that suit because Kaiser Ghidorah did have like the black and gold combined. Um, so Desh Ghidorah absorbs the life energy of everything around it to become stronger and stronger, and he's free, trying to get his strength up. And then this series doesn't really have the Mothra twins. It has more like the Mothra sisters. There are three of them, and two of them are good, and one of them is evil. And they are fighting each other for, well, the good ones want to get a medallion to control Desh Ghidorah and try to seal it away, and the evil one wants the medallion to control it. And of course, the little kids of the father get the little medallion, and well, there you go. You have your conflict, and you have giant monsters. Mothra comes to fight Desh Ghidorah, and she's old and weak because she had laid an egg. Well, her child is born and then comes in to fight too. And this is where things get a little iffy with the translations and stuff. I'm going to still say that Mothra Leo is a male Mothra. In one of the translations, it does say male, he, but the other ones do say she. I just think that in my head canon, like Batra, They're males, and that's why they have the heightened uh, attack abilities. Whereas the female ones have more defensive and maybe more graceful, faster, and everything. The male ones usually come with more power. One thing is that this was the Heisei era, not the Showa era, the Heisei. So lots and lots of energy beams all over the place, and bam, you have got this big fight between Deshkadora, Mothra, and of course Mothra Leo. And Deshkadora is too powerful. So Mothra Leo has to go cocoon up, so he goes to an ancient forest with like trees that are thousands of years old to be nurtured by their magical strength, and he comes back later after, Deshkadora gets even bigger and stronger. But now Mothra Leo is bigger and stronger, and his powers are different than, before. He's got better laser beams. And one of the key things is every film they gave Mothra Leo a new power up, and his fur changed and everything. And at some point, I will review the second one because it's Rebirth of Mothra 1 and Rebirth of Mothra 2 are on YouTube for free to watch right now. The third one, however, is not for free. And of course, I own the first and second ones, but I don't own the third one. So either I have to buy it on YouTube or I'll have to buy a physical copy before I can review that one. But I'll definitely have the second Rebirth of Mothra reviewed at some point. I just found another movie on YouTube for free to watch that I'm currently watching, and that'll be my next review. But anyways, to get back to the film, of course, Mothra Leo with his power up is successful and defeats, Deshkadora. And then the family learns a lesson about how to be together and be friendly to each other and to love each other. And of course, the evil Mothra girl gets away, and that's the end of the movie. And then the next movie is going to have different people and different kids and so on and so forth. Anyways, have a good one.